What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wes Grant. You're watching Urban Nerd. This is the channel where I give my nerd views on today's nerd news. Well, today's nerd news is going to involve a lot of Avengers news, a lot of superhero news, Spider-Man news, just overall superhero news like I give you on the regular. Starting off with Avengers on the nerd news. Avengers Infinity War could have 76 characters, according to Chris Hemsworth. Avengers Infinity War is the ending of a story or arc that started over 10 years ago. And then it all started with the first Iron Man movie. And then 18 movies later, here we are. The movie is being directed by the two Russo brothers. I believe their names are Joe and Anthony Russo. And they're tasked with this amazing task of putting all these superheroes, all these movies together in one fine little tied bow. In this, as far as the 76, there's always been a lot. Like, first it started, we heard about, say, like 20 or 32, then it went to like 60, now 76. This all stated because of what Chris Hemsworth was saying, you know, while promoting his new movie, this 12 Strong. But these are his exact words that he stated. This is one of the biggest things in film history, and to be a part of it was just incredible. I think what the characters are about to face with Thanos, there's been nothing quite like it. There are 76 cast members or something like that. Now, this is just him guessing. But I'll tell you like this, that isn't too crazy of a number. A lot of people think like, yo, that might be a lot. Is anybody going to get any screen time? And I say yes, because whenever you're watching a movie, there are more than 76 characters. The way to work it is, you just find a way, because you don't think of it as far as, oh, they got to have so much dialogue. Because when you look at, say, each Marvel movie, or each Marvel's, group or franchise, like, say, Iron Man. You've got Iron Man talking with Pepper Potts. You got Iron Man, Dave Rhodey, Rhodey. And then you've got Captain America, Bucky, like the Agent 13, all these other side characters that aren't really major, but they still talk to them. If you add them all together, yes, it's gonna be something huge, like a huge number. There's not necessarily the main superheroes, because there aren't that many superheroes in the Marvel universe as far as, like, 76. No, this is why you know they're including that. And I don't know if this is 76 for just the Avengers Infinity Wars or the Avengers movie number 4 too, because they were filming them at the same time, back to back. That's why next year the next one comes out. So we don't know if that number is just inflated because of it's covering 2 movies, or even if it's just one movie. Like, I believe they're going to have sections happening, like the Infinity Wars is a big battle. So things are probably going to be taking place in space with Doctor Strange, something like that. Battles in Wakanda, maybe battles in New York, because New York just happens to always be at the center of every battle that happens. So as far as his number, it's nothing crazy to me. I believe it's a general number, and I believe this thing's going to be breaking records left and right. I don't know if it's going to beat the top record for, the box office, because Avatar is going to hold that, because they were at the cusp of the 3D. But granted, this Infinity Wars movie is being recorded full IMAX, so therefore it's a more push for people to spend that extra money for that IMAX. Those IMAX tickets be expensive though. For one ticket, like $20, $25. Don't know if I'm going to do that. I kind of want to. Maybe I'll just save up and do that. But regardless, that's what I'm going to do with that. So that's as far as I'm going to talk about with the whole Infinity Wars, because there's going to be more and more news until that movie comes out this summer. So next we're going to talk about Tom Holland being in the Venom movie. We were talking, and not me, but I was watching, check up on news, and John Snepp from the Collider Heroes show, whatever, he dropped it. He was like, yo, I've been holding this in. I can't hold it no more. Tom Holland is on the set of the Venom movie. He was on the set for like 2 days, so it might not be Spider-Man, because they were already saying that maybe Spider-Man's not going to be in there, but Peter Parker's going to be in there, which makes sense, because at least Spider-Man or Peter Parker, it has to be in there, because I don't know how do you make Venom without Spider-Man. It just never made sense. All these things like Silver and Black, all the the Sinister Six. I don't know how they were thinking of trying to do these spin-offs without even introducing Spider-Man, because Spider-Man could be part of that, but they're not technically part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because look at the Netflix Marvel shows. They don't refer them like, well, they refer sort of to the movies, but the movies don't ever refer to them. So I think it might be the same thing. So Spider-Man's going to be in this weird kind of, like this, how you say, like, this area where they can go to the Sony and do Sony movies being there, but still at the same time be part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and yet the Sony and Marvel Cinematic Universe don't ever mix or blend. But I would definitely love to see the symbiote in the whole new Avengers Infinity Wars movie. Maybe that's where you see it for the first time, and then somehow it transitions from Spider-Man over to the Venom movie, or Peter Parker. Maybe that's how it works. But regardless, I think it's great. Definitely plan on seeing it, and I'm just looking forward to it. Next on the nerd news, we got Variety reports that the Flashpoint movie could have another director, or another two directors. It's being directed. Well, they're in negotiations, but it's the two directors that directed the National Lampoon's Vacation remake, and this is what's the name? Joe Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, or Goldstein, whichever way you want to announce it, but. Rumors are that Ben Affleck was asked and he declined, but I'm checking through research, like sources, and it's seeming that might not be what actually happened. Like they're saying that no one actually talked to Ben Affleck about this, because you can already see, like, if you're not giving them the Batman, you're gonna give him the Flashpoint, and he's not gonna be Batman anymore because he really doesn't want to do it no more. And I can understand why, because if he was down for it when it seemed like DC knew what the hell they were doing or had a plan. But now the ship is sinking really fast, and you don't want to be a part of it. Sure, everyone, like, you leave when you're high because everyone still loves you as a Batman. They still think you were the best Batman in these 3 movies that you've been in. So you leave on a high note because, like, DC just keep clamoring. They keep trying to react to everything. And now with these guys are comic writers or whatever. And it's not to say you can't do that, because, like I said, if you look at Joe and Anthony Russo, who initially was a Community, they wrote for that, and that was comedy. And then they went to, Winter Soldier, that was an action thriller, did great. Then you did Civil War, everyone loved it. So then you got the Infinity War, it's great. So you're thinking, like, I'm not going to put them in a box. But granted, these people, that movie wasn't that good from what I'm hearing. I didn't watch it, but I'm hearing it wasn't even that funny or something like that. So if they didn't even do a good job on that, trying to throw them, and then I hear they're trying to go a little bit more comedy route, because Ezra Miller, sure, he was funny and he was a comic relief in Justice League, but you don't try and give that whole vibe even more. You don't amplify the comedy. Sure, the comedy was good, but you're not Marvel. Marvel does that. DC, I liked it when you're dark. That's what made you different. That's what initially. This is what they even said. Like, their exact words was, "We're not like Marvel. We're darker. We're not gonna have humor like that." All of a sudden, They changed it, and sure, it worked a little in Justice League, but overall the movie definitely had flaws, but it was a lot better than Batman vs. Superman. But you don't try and change it even more, make it even more comedic, because the Flashpoint storyline is the dark storyline. Wonder Woman and Aquaman kill each other because of some shit that went down with a love triangle, you know what I'm saying? And, like, everyone, like, dies. Like, pretty much the world ends right before Barry runs back to his future, or back to his past. So I don't see how they're gonna make this a comedy thing. It's even darker than the Justice League storyline, So I don't see how they're gonna do it. But regardless, I don't know what DC's doing. I'm not gonna try and go on a rant anymore about them. But hey, if they can, I'm crossing my fingers, hoping that they have some hidden talent that they can actually do some action drama. Don't make it too comedic. Next, we've got new Ant-Man and Wasp images where they're showing off the title, the team suit. And this was from Disney, showcased a little teaser, because they showcased a lot of the movies that are coming forward in the future. And they showed the suit. They showed the whole crew. The whole crew is back. Hope, who is Angelina it's hard to say. Evangeline Lilly. And then you got Scott Lang, played by Paul Rudd. You've got the Michael Pena, and you got Michael Douglas coming back as Hank Pym. And then now they're bringing in Hope's mom, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, which is great. She's a great actress. All of that, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know what happens after I don't know if it's the first movie after Avengers 4, or is it before Avengers 4? Regardless, I don't know, but definitely looking forward to it. Only thing is, Wasp, I wanted her suit to be yellow like a wasp. It's red, so I don't know how they're doing this, because it looks just pretty much like the Ant-Man suit. You can tell it's like a thing, but she's not an ant. That's why his is red. Wasp is, Wasp is yellow. So I kind of want them to kind of change it. Hopefully they do. Maybe this is just early screenings of this of the suit, but I want to see it. Next, we've got the Iron Man Infinity War armor revealed at the Disney commercial, and it looks cool. It looks sort of like the Extremis armor from the comics, and it, like I said, for the Infinity Wars, these definitely has to have a galactic kind of armor. So definitely hoping to see what that comes forward. It looks cool. The first images I saw way back when, it looked a little iffy, but because all they pretty much had was the top half. But now like there's a statue of the full suit, and it definitely looks cool. Looking forward to seeing that. Next we have last thing. Oh, sorry. That's pretty much it as far as the nerd news. Next, I'm going to talk about how the movies that are coming out this weekend. And the first one that we're going to talk about is 12 Strong. Comes out with Chris Hemsworth. And it's about, the military over in, I believe it's Afghanistan, where they're dealing with the terrorists. And definitely looking forward. That looks like I don't know if it's like a Dark 30, I believe, or something like that. But it's something that, if you're military, definitely look forward to seeing that. Then we've got Den of Thieves, which this is dude at my job that's been talking about, like, he's definitely looking forward to seeing Den of Thieves. It's with Gerard Butler and 50 Cent, and Gerard Butler's the copper FBI, and then 50 Cent's with the group of people that are trying to, bank robbers, but they're trying to knock out Fort Knox or something like that, and they're trying to stop each other, Gerard Butler's trying to stop it, and he looks badass in the commercial, it's something definitely to look forward to. And then finally, there's one that's called The Final Year, which I believe is all the the final years of the presidents. And that one looks kind of interesting. It has Obama kind of on the front of it. And I might see that. I'm not too sure. That looks like something maybe for down the road, maybe in Black History Month. I'm feeling a little, like a little song about something black. Even though it's not mainly black, I believe it's with all the presidents the last year, so it's probably like a documentary or somewhat. But if you're down for that, hey, that's something for you guys. Then you still got all these other movies that's coming out. You got Phantom Thread. Phantom Thread is already out. It's like won awards or something like that. So that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I hope I kept you guys entertained. I try and give as much news as I can about these superhero things. It's a lot to try and put down. But I want you guys to try and like and share and just tell your friends. If you like this, like I said, if you have any criticism, let me know. I don't mind hearing some bad news. I don't mind hearing some criticism, because all that does is make you grow a little bit better. So remember to subscribe. Check out the last Nerd News video. Check out the playlist of the Nerd News videos. And remember, I'm Wes Grant. You've been watching Suburban Nerd. You've just been nerdified. Catch you guys on the next review. News.